Hello, it is Jack Gill, and welcome back to Monday Sporto. We have a top four clash today between West Ham and Everton. Now, that sounds weird, doesn't it? But it has been a weird season, and West Ham find themselves well within a shout of getting top four. It looks like they're going to be getting European football either way. The last three games after this one look nice for the Hammers. We'll go over that in a bit. We're going to talk through the teams in a moment. Let me know your score predictions. Please, guys, like, subscribe, share this as much as you can. Get the link from the top, put it on social media, share it as much as you can, because these watch-alongs are better with you guys in the comments. When we can have that interaction, that's when they are better. Yes, before you all point out in the comments, no Craig today, it is me, and hopefully we will have a cracker between West Ham and Everton. I'm hoping for a very, very good game. But without further ado, first of all, I'm going to read out the two sides ahead of kickoff. As I say, a big, big game today. As a Liverpool fan, I am hoping for a draw. I think a point apiece is the perfect result for Liverpool. But I don't know, will we have Everton fans in here? Will we have West Ham fans in here? What do you think the game's going to be like? Let me know. Let me know your score predictions. I'm predicting, I think West Ham are slightly going to edge it. I think it's going to be 2-1 to the Hammers, but I'm hoping for a draw anyway, whether it be 0-0, 1-1, 2-2. I hope not 0-0, because I'm hoping for some goals today. I did the City Chelsea game yesterday. Obviously, that finished 2-1. Didn't really enjoy it, to be honest with you. It was a bit of a snooze fest. It was a boring game, and I'm hoping for an entertaining game between the Hammers and Everton today. And West Ham have been involved in quite a few entertaining games recently, haven't they? They love a goal, and they like to concede too. I think I did West Ham Wolves a few weeks ago. One of the favourite streams I've ever done on Monday Sport. So I really, really enjoyed the game. I thought it was good. West Ham raced to a 3-goal lead, and then Wolves started pegging them back as the game went on. And West Ham now in a situation desperate for Champions League football. Imagine if David Moyes could pull that off, and it is looking very, very doable for them. But today, a huge game for them against Everton, who are themselves, well within a shout. They've got a game against Aston Villa, who are now obviously without Ollie Watkins, who got sent off today against Manchester United, still without Grealish, of course, who's injured. So it's going to be interesting. But let me read out the teams for you. West Ham, first of all. So Fabianski, Kufal, Dawson, Diop, Cresswell, Souček, Fornals, Lanzini, Jesse, Lingardinho, Said Benrahma, and Antonio, who was back from injury last week to score a brace against Burnley, I think it was, wasn't it? Burnley, yes. And you can see West Ham's remaining fixtures. They have Everton. They have Brighton, who will be without their captain, Lewis Dunk. He got sent off today. They'll be without Neil Maupay as well, who got sent off after the final whistle for foul and abusive language. Then they have West Brom, who will most likely be already relegated by then. And then they have Southampton. So, the fixtures look very nice for West Ham, don't they? And today is without a doubt their most difficult task. And if they get through this and get 3 points from this game, top four is well within their rights. If they win today, they'll be 4 points above Liverpool, but Liverpool have a game in hand against Manchester United. That game in hand, of course, will take place on Thursday. So that is the West Ham side. They've gone strong today. And as I say, keep letting me know in the comments what you think. Remember to share this on social media. Remember to like this so it goes up in people's YouTube algorithms. It's going to be interesting, this game today. And as I say, I am hoping for a draw, because don't forget, I've seen someone in the comments say about Everton and perhaps we favour them winning today. We do, but then they could go ahead of us should they beat Aston Villa in midweek as well. So it's a difficult one today, and a draw is definitely the best possible result for Liverpool. That is for sure. But now the team for Everton. What is the Evs team for today? Let me read it out for you. In goal is Jordan Pickford. Right back, Seamus Coleman, the skipper. Left back, Luca Digne. Yerry Mina, Keane and Godfrey are the centre-backs for Everton, or will they end up with a four with Godfrey off the left and Digne playing in a more advanced role, more like left mid or left wing? Then they've got Tom Davis, Allen and Sigurdsson in the centre, and Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin leading the line for the Ev today. That is both sides on the bench for Everton. You've got Olsen, Holgate, Delph, Decore and Kunku, Andre Gomez, Bernard, Iwobi and Josh King. So there we go. They are the two sides. There's about 10 minutes before kickoff. I'm going to get into your comments in the moment. Don't you worry about that. There is no sponsor for this video today, so you've got more of me. I don't have to break for adverts or anything like that. But here we go. Let me read out now, obviously, still without Declan Rice, West Ham as well, which everyone thought would be a big miss for them, but they've actually coped without him, and they're still well within the race to get top four. But here are the stats that I have picked up from Opta ahead of today's game. West Ham are looking to complete their first league double over Everton since 1972 to 1973. They won 1-0 at Goodison Park in January. Everton have won more Premier League games overall, 26, and more Premier League away games, 11, against West Ham than they have against any other side in the competition. Everton have lost just one of their last 12 Premier League away games against West Ham. They won 7 and drawn 4, with the Toffees failing to score just once in that run. However, that defeat did come with David Moyes in charge of West Ham. It came in 2018 in May. I think it was 3-1 that day. Everton have lost just one of their last 12. Sorry, I've just read that one out. Everton have won 4 of their last 5 Premier League games in London this season. They've only lost 1, as many as they had in their previous 30 in the capital, drawing 11, losing 15. The Toffees have never won as many as 5 games in London in a single top-flight campaign. Can they change that today? West Ham have won 17 of their 34 Premier League games this season. That is their most in a single campaign in the competition. They last won more than that in a top-flight season back in 1985 to 1986. Everton have won just 1 of their last 7 Premier League games. They've drawn 3 and lost 3. However, 10 of their last 15 league victories this season have come away from home. Their home form at Goodison Park this season hasn't been great, has it? And, you know, I've spoken on the Mundo Sporto podcast several times with a couple of different Everton fans who have both told me that, you know, if they do miss out on European football this year, it will be their form at Goodison Park that's let them down. But luckily for them today, they're away from home. They're away from the Goodison Park, and they are at the London Stadium. It's their highest number of Premier League away wins in a single season. The Toffees last had more in 1984-85 with 12. Carlo Ancelotti has faced West Ham's David Moyes more often without ever winning than he has any other manager in the Premier League. That's 6, so he's drawn 3 and lost 3. Meanwhile, David Moyes has only faced Alex McLeish and Paul Lambert, both 7, more often without losing in the Premier League. So David Moyes' record against Carlo Magnifico, as they call him, at the Ev, is very, very good, and a win would be so important today for them. So there you go. Let's have a look what's going on here. Era Cantantan saying, heard you crash your new whip. I don't have a new whip, mate. So don't know where you've seen that. Dara's Easy saying stats don't matter. There's a famous quote, isn't there? I think it was Jose Mourinho saying, you know, that people that analyse with stats don't know football. Absolutely right. I just like doing my homework and getting some stats prior to the game and letting you guys know about certain stuff ahead of the games. But yeah, you're quite right, mate. The stats mean nothing within this 90 minutes. This is a separate game of football, and we'll see how the two teams fare today. Let me know what is going on with your score predictions. What score do you think this one will be today? I've said I fancy West Ham today. I think it'll be 2-1 to the Hammers. I'm hoping for a draw, though. I think that's the best result for Liverpool. Goomy quite simply says, Thiago Alcantara, absolutely, mate. What a goal yesterday by the Spaniard for us. His first for the club, the first of many, I hope, and I'm delighted that he's got off the mark now. A lovely finish too. I've seen that video of Craig doing the little Thiago dance as well. So yeah, absolutely over the moon with the win yesterday. I don't think the performance was great from Liverpool, but at the end of the day, the 3 points absolutely huge for us. And we're still within a shout for top 4. Like Klopp said yesterday, we're going to have to win every game now between now and the end of the season. Manchester United is certainly going to be a difficult task on Thursday. I reckon they're going to rest players against Leicester. I reckon they're going to play their reserves on Tuesday against Leicester and then go full strength against us, because it's just typical United, isn't it? But who knows? There's another protest planned, so maybe the game will get cancelled and we'll get handed the 3 points, though I prefer to earn them ourselves. But 3 points are 3 points, aren't they? Let's have a look. Dara Azizi said, did you watch the Boxing Jack? We spoke yesterday, didn't we? I was very hungover yesterday. I missed it. I fell asleep at about 11:30 last night during match of the day. I watched the Liverpool game, and then I don't remember anything else. I fell asleep on the sofa. So yeah, it's I missed it. I watched it this morning. I think Canelo fought very, very well. He didn't really get out of first gear for the first 7 rounds, did he? I think on my scorecard, I had it even really before the knockout. But as I say, I don't think Canelo got out of first gear until round 7. And what a fighter he is. Honestly, what a fighter. But, as an Englishman, I was supporting Billy Joe, but Canelo just too strong. Really impressed with him. What a boxer. What a boxer. Let's have a look. What's this? Let's have a look in the comments. Shane Brown saying, expect another man of the match performance from Coleman, especially if Everton win. Coleman's a very good player, isn't he? There's a few people that suggest that Everton may need a new right back at the end of the season. Coleman is aging, but he's still a very, very important player for this Everton squad. He really is. Sam Muley, fresh off the back of what Manchester United beat Aston Villa. Hello, mate. Thank you for joining me. Once again, Manchester United turn it on in the second half, don't they? The penalty, silly from Douglas Luiz to give it away. There's never a doubt Bruno Fernandes is finishing that. 1-1. Greenwood, really, really like Greenwood, me. He is a very, very special talent. He really is. His finishing ability is incredible. It really, really is, with both feet too. Impressive young talent you've got there, Mason Greenwood. And then Edison Cavani, another one. I have to say, I slated him before he came to Manchester United. I laughed at the signing. I thought it was a typical United transfer. Gave him the number 7 shirt. I thought, it's one of them where you're throwing money at a man and it's not going to work. Excuse me, but it's worked. What a player he is, and he's showing that he's still got it. His goal scoring ability again is class and fair play. Another goal for him today. Gumi says, Jack, do you remember Liverpool 5, Arsenal 5 insane match? Yes, what a game that was. I remember, I think I was on holiday at the time, just a little week away in England, down south. I went for the week and I watched it. I was covering the game over on Redmen Academy at the time, as it's called now, the Academy, if you want to check that out for me. The Academy 21, it is on Twitter. I was covering the game over there. And it was a busy game, wasn't it? Let's have a look. R1 says we need Brewster back. I'm not sure about that one, Chief. I don't think we need Brewster back. But I think for Brewster's career, he needs to come back, or he needs to get out of Sheffield United. Not the place for him, is it? I did say at the time, I was worried whether he'd suit the system. I was happy for him that he'd get more game time, but I'd have preferred to see him at Brighton. I think he'd have suited them a lot more. Perhaps that's still on the cards in the summer. Maybe, who knows? Supreme Savage says, Jack, do you watch F1? I'll put it on in the background, mate. I like sport and all kinds of sport. It's one that I can't really get into too much. Lewis Hamilton is the GOAT, though, and what a driver. Really, really good. And I did have it on in the background today, and I watched, his late win. Just got, him and Mercedes just got it spot on at the end there, didn't they? And you wouldn't be able to deploy tactics like that without a driver like Lewis Hamilton. Wow, really, really special driver. He really is. Dara Azizi says, when do you graduate, Jack? I graduate in the summer, mate, hopefully. Should everything go okay? I literally cannot wait to finish university and hopefully get a job somewhere doing something like this. Hopefully I get my disc back in July, and then I shall graduate then, if all goes to plan. I've got 2 more assignments left. My last one's due in next Thursday. Then I'm all done, all sorted, and hopefully then I just await my results and see how I do. R1 says hopefully he rips up the championship now. I'm sure he will. He's a very, very good player, Rhian Brewster. I'm just not sure. Well, he didn't fit Wilder's tactics, did he? And it's going to be interesting to see if whoever is new at Sheffield United, whoever they bring in as the manager, warms to him or not. We'll soon see. George Y NWA, when you finish uni, will you still do watch-alongs? Hoping to, mate. I'm hoping to. Me, Craig and Connor are planning to do some streams over the Euros. We've got some really good things planned for the European Championships. And then from there, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens next. It's going to be a weird summer, isn't it, for me, when you leave uni and the world's suddenly becomes really big, and it's about money and getting a job and all of that. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, I really love working for Craig and Connor. I can't say that enough. So yeah, they're brilliant with me, and they say it all the time. I'm sure if you're a regular and you watch Craig and Connor a lot, Anfield Agenda, Mundo Sport, they're really lovely, and it's like a family, and they're class lads. They really are. Robert Smith says, Jack, so young, so talented. Kudos, mate. Thank you very much, Robert. Thank you. That's really nice of you. So thank you very much. Owen Moran says, do you think we will beat United? I don't know, mate. It's going to be a very difficult task. They're in fine form at the minute, and we're just not, are we? But whatever happens, just get the 3 points, Liverpool. I don't care if we play poorly and snatch and grab a 1-0 winner. We just need the 3 points, don't we? A Cryptic says, do you know Mateusz Musialowski? Yes, I am a massive fan of Mateusz Musialowski. I've been there. I've watched him. Class player, class talent. Again, if you go over to the Academy channel that I run, I've spoke about him in the past. We've done a video on him. Really, really like him, mate. Big fan. I am. I really am. A reminder, just as I've seen the players come out, remember I am on Sky Go, so please don't ruin the scoreline. I will be about 30-40 seconds behind, so please don't ruin the scoreline in the comments. We'll still have a chat. We'll still enjoy ourselves. I will be 30 seconds or so behind, so just please don't spoil it for me. And as Tyler Brown says, please like and subscribe. Let's get as many people as we can in the comments, and let's enjoy the game. And I was going to read out the teams again, but I don't think we'll have time, so I'll have to do that in a moment. But here we go. We are underway here in a very important game for European football. It is West Ham, who could put themselves in a really, really good situation today. They face Everton, who themselves are well within a shout of getting top 4. And, Axel with the super chat, mate, thank you very much. He says, following from Canada, just tested positive for corona. A win will make me feel better. Well, get well soon, Axel. I had COVID myself, and it's not the greatest. Just look after yourself. Keep resting. Keep water. Keep your vitamins in. And hopefully stay safe, mate, please. And enjoy the game, mate. Hopefully these streams make you feel better and, give you something to do, because that's what we're here for, mate. This content is here for people like you who is, there's been a lot that's happened this year. A lot of people have been stuck inside, not been able to do much. So hope you enjoy, mate. And yes, I was absolutely spot on with the timer, wasn't I, Max? Don't you worry, mate. I was there ahead of the game. And here is Dawson, who jockeys the ball out of play. And Sigurdsson has been on form for Everton recently, hasn't he? He's a player that I'm not particularly a big fan of. He plays for the Ev, so of course I'm not. But he's been a bagsman for them in the last few weeks, and a very important player if they do manage to get European football next season. R1 says camera qualities fell off. That'll just be my McDonald's Wi-Fi, mate. If I can just go to 4G on my phone for you, it might improve, but let me know if it gets better. But here we go. The ball forwards towards Yerry Mina, who heads away, and then it's a long ball from Kufal that runs into the hands of Pickford and now Michael Keane. And both teams have been slightly wasteful on the ball in the opening 2 minutes, but Everton now have an opportunity to play the ball around the back. It does look like a back 3 for them today, with Digne and Coleman playing high up on both sides. Here is Ben Godfrey, who I think has been an underrated signing for Everton this season. I've been really impressed with him. He's played out of position a lot. Just as I say that, he loses the ball. But here's Lingard, or Lingardinho, as he's now got the nickname. What do you lot think will happen with him at the end of the season? Will United want to keep him? Will they see now as the best time to sell him and cash in? He's done a brilliant job at West Ham, hasn't he? And you fully expect him to be in that European Championship squad now after a poor last couple of years for him. He's had troubles off the pitch. And you know what? I'm not the biggest fan of Lingard. He was a Manchester United player, wasn't he? I usually take the mick out of him, but I'm delighted for him. I love when a player, has struggled off the pitch and is struggling for form on it because of issues off the pitch, and then they can bounce back from it. And that's exactly what Lingard's done. I'm really, fair play to him. And there is a player there, as we've seen. Here is Fornals, who whips across him, but it's a poor cross, and Ben Godfrey gets it away, and now Everton turn and look to attack with pace. Coleman. A little dink there to Luca Digne. So let's see. Dara Azizi says Coleman has been a legend for Everton. He has. Max King thinks that Lingard will stay at West Ham. Gorad is a United fan. Sorry if I butchered your name there, mate. He says, as a United fan, he should stay in West Ham, but sadly, he thinks United will bring him back. Elevator Kid thinks Lingard will sign for West Ham permanently. Goomy says, hopefully United will sell for his career. Samuli says, Lingard only works when he gets space to run into. Well, Lingard's working under David Moyes, isn't he? And he worked under David Moyes at United. So, you know, it's a match made in heaven, really, Lingard and David Moyes. And Lingard is the man who's just been penalised for a foul on Allen, who is back on his feet now. He's got a bit of an 80s tash coming, Allen. Interesting. And it will be an Everton free kick inside the West Ham half, but still deep. And can they build something from this? I think Sigurdsson will take it. Keane and Yerry Mina, both aerial threats there forward. Set pieces might be key today. You know, West Ham are very, very good from set pieces. Everton, pretty poor at defending set pieces, to be honest with you. Toxic Game says, kind of want Everton to win this. I think an Everton win would suit us more than a West Ham win. However, a draw is the perfect result for me, in my opinion. And Sigurdsson does take it. The ball in behind, and it's met by the header of Issa Diop, and it will be a corner to Everton. So a good ball in that was from Sigurdsson, who will now go across to take the corner. Caused problems, but Issa Diop was there to just head it behind. Elevator Kid says, thoughts on Watkins' red card against United? I thought it's a difficult one because there's contact, but he's already going down. You know, he's looking for the contact. And, you know, it's harsh because it doesn't really seem like a dive, but tough. But both Everton and West Ham tied with teams like Man City on 9 goals from corners this season, the most in the Premier League, the joint most, of course. The ball whipped in from Sigurdsson, and that's a lovely header at the near post from Michael Keane. And Souček does well to defend that at the back post. A good chance for Everton that Michael Keane rose above Michael Dawson and got a flick on it towards the back post. But Souček was there in front of Calvert-Lewin to head it behind. Calvert-Lewin, sorry. To head it behind for a corner at the other side. And this will be taken by Luca Digne from the right-hand side as it's whipped in. It's another good delivery and cause more problems. But once again, Souček is there to head away. Jensk 1102 says, a fantastic game again from Awesome United. Second half FC, aren't you? You lot can't play well unless you go behind first. And another Everton corner, this time from the other side again, from the left-hand side. Gylfi Sigurdsson is going to take it. Both the deliveries so far have been nice, and it's to the back post this time. It's slightly too strong for Calvert-Lewin, who is backpedaling and heads it over. Cop says top 4 predictions. I'd love to say Liverpool, mate. I would love to, but I honestly believe my prediction is Manchester City, Manchester United. I think City will win the Premier League this week. I think United will lose against Leicester or draw against Leicester. And I think, I think it will be them two. Then I think it'll be Chelsea, and then I'm going to say West Ham. I've just got a feeling West Ham are going to do it and finish 4th. And yeah, I think United will rest players against Leicester on Tuesday and then go full strength against us. That's how I think it'll be. Let's have a look. Cop thinks it'll be Man City, United, Leicester, Chelsea. Interesting. It's a throw now to Everton, just inside their own half. 8 minutes gone here, and Everton have started the better side. with a couple of dangerous corners from either side. And as I said prior to the kickoff in this one, I expect set pieces to be a big part of this match today. Both sides enjoy their set pieces, don't they? But Everton don't really enjoy defending them. And here is Kufal, who has been a very good signing at right back for West Ham as well. I think he's one that goes under the radar too. And West Ham do win the free kick in the end, just inside the Everton half. Cyan Sarkar says, where is Craig? Craig's not here today, mate. Usually what we do is we take it in turns. We see what games are on in the week and we pick them. But I've just had a few weeks off. I had a dissertation to finish. So luckily for me, Craig did all the streams recently. But I'm back now. So here we go. What is your prediction for the Champions League final? I think 1-0 to Chelsea. Eliam says Leicester will bottle it. I think they will too. Their last few games are very, very tough, aren't they? But I think they'll win the FA Cup. That's my prediction. Leicester will finish outside the top 4, but win the FA Cup. And come back to me when that happens. I'm telling you it's going to happen. Prediction on the Europa League final. I see nothing other than a United win. It's Unai Emery's competition. You just can't rule him out in the Europa League, can you? But I'm expecting a big United win. You know, there's a big golfing class between United and Villarreal, and if Villarreal do end up taking anything away from Gdansk, it'll be down to that man Unai Emery, who is a specialist in the Europa League, isn't he? But I expect a 3 or 4-1 United win. But obviously that Maguire injury today, a big loss for Manchester United, and there'll be a lot of people worried that he may not make the Europa League final. Gumi says, where can I find your academy content, mate? It's ran by me and a lad called James McHale, and Liam Emery edits it for us, and we've got a lot of contributors. We changed, we rebranded, and we've gone down a different route. There's not been much content recently, but we've got a few stored, and there will be some out soon. As I say, I've been swarmed under with uni work, but it's called The Academy on YouTube. Sometimes you have to type in Redmen Academy in the search bar before we come up. But yeah, it's called The Academy. It's a black logo, a black circular logo with an old style football in the centre. Kian says, will Craig be doing the late night agenda tonight? I assume so. I will message him and ask him if he is. But I assume he will be. I think he does one most nights, doesn't he? Let me message him now. But West Ham are on the attack now, and they look to counter Everton. It's Ben Rama who finds Antonio on the left-hand side. Antonio, a player I'm really fond of, actually. Mikel Antonio, he manages to get the ball across. Luca Digne heads away. And Everton will take the ball away now, and they give it away to West Ham inside their own half. And here they go again. And that's really good work from Alan for Everton. He finds Sigurdsson, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who has been important for Everton this season, hasn't he? His goals have been a big part of the reason where they are in the league now. As Ben Godfrey's on the ball, he swivels on it and finds Yerry Mina. Back to Ben Godfrey. Ben Godfrey finds Tom Davis, who goes back again to Yerry Mina. Everton in no real urgency here. Happy to play the ball around. Noah Lechevre says, how come you share a channel with Mark Goldbridge and Anfield Agenda? I never spoke to Goldbridge. He's just a friend of Craig's. Obviously, he's a part of the United stand. And then I help Craig and Connor out with Anfield Agenda and Mundo Sporto. This is the sub-channel for Anfield Agenda. And West Ham have won the ball back after what looked like a promising Everton attack, and West Ham looked to counter quickly, but Everton managed to get some players back, and now it's West Ham's turn to keep a bit of possession. John Clarity says Everton are dominating, I heard. I wouldn't say domination. I don't think that's the right word. You know, they've had the better opportunities so far. Corner after corner that were threatening deliveries. We haven't seen much from West Ham yet, but here's Antonio, who turns. Have I just cursed Everton? As we've got Kufal with it on the right-hand side now. He looks to whip across, and it's a dangerous ball. It goes all the way over to side Benrahma, and Everton deal with it in the end. But that cross from the right from Kufal, Vladimir Kufal, caused all kinds of problems. Noble Armo says you need to upgrade that webcam. It's a bit blurry. So, apologies, mate. I am back home for the weekend, and I'm using an old version of the laptop. I left my laptop at university, so I'm using my dad's laptop. And unfortunately, the quality on here isn't quite as good, but in future, it won't be this bad. So apologies for that. Craig is not doing a late night agenda tonight. It's his day off. So yeah, there'll be no late night agenda from him this evening, unfortunately, but he'll be back tomorrow. And here come Everton again from the right-hand side with Ben Godfrey to Allen, who finds Dominic Calvert-Lewin first time. Sigurdsson, this looks promising for Everton. Luca Digne on the left-hand side takes a touch, then tries to cross the ball in. It's a weak cross, though, and Dawson does really, really well. Samuel says, why did West Ham sign Dawson? They've only got him on loan from West Ham, but you can't say it's not worked for them. You know, I thought he was brilliant in the first half of the season, Craig Dawson, to be honest with you. And a lot of people slated the signing at the time, but for me, it's worked. And Everton once again have a corner. It was good work from Richarlison, and he tries to put a cross in towards Dominic Calvert-Lewin, but it's blocked by Issa Diop and goes behind for a corner from the right-hand side. And Allen, once again on my camera, looking like either an 80s porn star or a Mexican drug lord. You decide which one. He's got a bit of a Pablo Escobar look going. Or, as I said, an 80s porn star look with that tash. But it's whipped in again, and another nice delivery, but Fabianski is there this time to claim with both hands. John Clarity says, in your opinion, is Fabinho one of the best DMs or the best? He's definitely one of the best as a Liverpool fan. I like to think he's the best, but you know, I'll leave that down to you guys. I'll leave this on the screen for you lot. I think 1 million is a bit too bold for now. Let's focus on 100k first of all. Obviously, Anfield Agenda's got there. What an achievement that is! But hopefully, Mundo Sporto can be next. The ball on the right-hand side now with Seamus Coleman. It's not looking like we're going to have the greatest of games here between West Ham and Everton, but we've got about 150 people in the chat, so I hope you're enjoying. As I say all the time, you lot in the comments make these watch-alongs even better. So give me some good questions and we'll enjoy the game in every way we can as Souček looks to play the ball forwards. He's brought down by Tom Davies late on the halfway line. I think that might be a booking. If not, it'll be a stern word from the referee. It was very late from Tom Davies. Very late. And I haven't been able to see if Tom Davies has gone into the book. I can see him having a word with the referee, and it does look like it's just going to be a warning for now. John Clarity saying, would your phone not be a better quality? I don't think so. But here, the free kick is taken, and West Ham go around the back, and that is good. They change the pace as Kufal finds Fornals, but his cross is deflected off Tom Davies and delivered and collected by Jordan Pickford. But good work from West Ham there on the right-hand side. They changed the pace and caused Everton a couple of problems there. But in the end, Tom Davies defended really well. John Clarity says, what was your instant reaction when Thiago scored yesterday? Relief, to be honest with you, because, you know, the way the game was going, I thought Southampton were going to end up nicking an equaliser the way we've been recently and what happened against Newcastle. So, you know, I was relieved. And then, you know, the Thiago Alcantara came out in the Gill household, the Thiago Alcantara chant. Similarly to that video on TikTok of Craig doing it as the ball is switched over to the left-hand side where Luca Digne is. Luca Digne, can we have a promising delivery from him? No, instead, he loses the ball, a poor pass to Souček. Liam Parker says, if Liverpool lose on Thursday, yes, that will be the end of our top four hopes, I believe, mate. But here is Antonio on the left-hand side. Antonio skips past Godfrey. And look, oh, that's a lovely ball in towards Pablo Fornals, but Everton defend well in the end. Really good work there from Mikel Antonio. Matthew Robson saying, what channel is this on? It's on Sky Sports 1. And West Ham now on a promising attack as Souček finds Aaron Cresswell, who is another underrated player in this West Ham side, I feel. Yerry Mina clears away. He's adamant it came back off Mikel Antonio, but the referee has given a West Ham throw. Samuel saying, do you prefer Keita or Henderson? Henderson, mate. You've only got to see how much we miss Henderson when he's not in our midfield. Thoughts on Arsenal not even qualifying for the Europa League? I'm not surprised. They're shite, aren't they? So, there you go. Everton on the attack. West Ham defend well, though, and now they'll look to try and cause problems for Everton up at the other end as Souček finds Kufal. And West Ham building the ball slowly. Everton have a... And there's the effort from Fornals. It ricochets back off him and it stayed in play. Side Benrahma back towards Kufal, who looks to whip a first time cross into the box. It's headed away and now Everton will counter-attack. It's Richarlison who bursts forwards. West Ham have three back. Everton have Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin breaking, but Richarlison instead goes backwards to Seamus Coleman, who is the Everton skipper and right wing back today. And now it's Yerry Mina. And I thought that could have been a promising break for Everton, but instead, Richarlison clearly felt like it was better to reset and go backwards towards Seamus Coleman. Here is Yerry Mina, who now goes across to Ben Godfrey. Ben Godfrey to Yerry Mina. And back to Godfrey, who I praised before, didn't I? I like Ben Godfrey. I think he's an underrated player for Everton. I think he's been an underrated signing. He's played in a few different positions for him and he's always consistently good, in my opinion. And Coleman there tackled well by Pablo Fornals, and it's over to the left-hand side where Antonio is. Antonio looks to play the ball forward long towards side Benrahma, but it's a poor pass and it's collected easily by Jordan Pickford in the end. And now it's Everton's turn to try and build some form of attack. We've not had too many standout chances in this opening quarter of the match. We've had 22 minutes and 45 seconds here at the London Stadium. It is still West Ham 0, Everton 0. And as I say, no clear-cut chances really. Everton have had a few dangerous corners, but besides that... Oh, but the ball's played in behind to Calvert-Lewin, who's onside. Calvert-Lewin, 1-0 Everton. And, well, there you go. I was just saying there's not been too many clear-cut chances so far, but all Dominic Calvert-Lewin needs is one. And he has put Everton ahead at the London Stadium. And it was really good play from Everton. They were patient there. And then all of a sudden, a pass from Ben Godfrey in behind the West Ham defence. Far too easy. He wasn't closed down and he just plays it in behind. And Calvert-Lewin takes a touch and then slots it past Lucas Fabianski. From a West Ham perspective, that's poor and far too easy for Everton. But Dominic Calvert-Lewin has fired the toffees ahead here. And from a Liverpool perspective, an Everton goal is better than a West Ham one. But I said before the game, didn't I, Everton could do with winning really for their hopes for European football next season. And they've got off to a good start. They find themselves a goal to the good against West Ham, who themselves are looking for top 4 this season. But Ben Godfrey, that man who I was just praising with a pass in behind the West Ham defence, and then you always fancied Dominic Calvert-Lewin to finish that, didn't you? Gavin Moran asking me what parts of London are nice to go to. I don't live in London, mate, so I wouldn't know. I'm not the person to ask there. I've only been to London a handful of times myself, really. But here come West Ham. As the ball is whipped over to the left-hand side. I think that's Pablo Fornals that's there, and he strikes it. It's Said Benrahma, actually, and I think it took a deflection. And it will be a West Ham corner. The West Ham looking to immediately respond. Let's have a look. Yeah, it was blocked by Seamus Coleman. It wasn't as close as I thought from Said Benrahma. But West Ham have a chance from a corner now. But Aaron Cresswell will take the corner from the left-hand side. What's your favourite Liverpool shirt, Goomy says? I like them all, actually. The ball whipped in. Headed away by Kane, and it's struck by Fornals. Mishit, and it's fallen to Lanzini, who whips it in, and it's headed away by Yerry Mina. And a penalty shout from Mikel Antonio, who goes down in a bundle, but the referee says no. Now Everton counter-attack. It's Allen, who looks to find Tom Davis. It's blocked by Fornals, but Tom Davis eventually gets it. And now it's Richarlison, who goes down. Will the referee blow for a free kick? Yes, he has. And West Ham players aren't happy with the referee's decision, but the Brazilian is still rolling around on the floor before he's helped up by Issa Diop. Let's have a look at that decision again. The penalty call for West Ham. It's not a penalty for me. There's not enough in that. Michael Keane arrived and just out muscles and out strengths Mikel Antonio. John Clarity says, watching the game with your commentary on is much better than them. I won't read that out. But thank you. I appreciate that, mate. I hope you enjoy the streams. And as I say, if you follow me on Twitter at JackLFCGill, you'll always know when I'm going to do a stream on either Mundo Sporto or Anfield Agenda. Elevator Kid agrees with me. He doesn't think it's a penalty either. He or she, you know, I can't stereotype an elevator. I don't know whether this lift is male or female or, you know, gender neutral. Sigurdsson takes it from 30 or so yards, and that forces Fabianski into a good save in the end. It will be a corner for Everton, and this first half an hour has been very good from Everton, who find themselves a goal ahead against West Ham, who have impressed this season. And Sigurdsson will take the corner from the left-hand side again with a smile on his face. I think he thought he had beaten the West Ham goalkeeper then. And let's see if Everton can cause West Ham problems again as their players surround Fabianski. The ball's whipped in. The tallest Diop heads away, and now Lanzini wins the. Sorry, it's Pablo Fornals that wins the ball back for West Ham. Side Benrahma, Pablo Fornals. Souček now to Kufal as the countrymen combine. Lanzini. He finds Antonio, and Davis puts a strong tackle on Lanzini, and Everton regain possession before it's given back to Souček. Elevator Kid says Everton are playing well. They are, aren't they? They've started really well in this opening half an hour. And it's West Ham's turn to play the ball around and see if they can cause Everton problems. Here's Cresswell, who finds Side Benrahma. Whipped in from the left, and it's found. Souček dives at it, and it goes behind for a corner after a deflection off Yerry Mina on the way out. Cathal Jorge says, who do you think will win the Championship playoffs? I think, let me just wait for this ball to be whipped in and Dominic Calvert-Lewin forced to do his defensive duties. It's a tough one. I hope Brentford do it. I really like Brentford. You know, I really like their recruitment. I like how the whole club's ran. So I hope it's them. Oh, what an effort from the left-hand side from Jesse Lingard. I thought he had levelled proceedings here at the London Stadium then, but let me watch it back again. It's on his right foot as he whips it in. It looks more like a cross, actually, but I thought it was creeping into that far corner. Pickford watched it go wide of the post in the end. There was no one running in for West Ham at the back post. So, yeah, hopefully it's Brentford, but they don't have a very good record in playoffs, do they, Brentford? But can Ivan Toney guide them to it? Guide them to the Premier League? As the ball is kicked long, and there's Dominic Calvert-Lewin who flicks it on towards Richarlison, but it's good defending from West Ham. I'm just laughing at a comment that I won't put on the screen, but Richarlison. John Clarity asking if I would take Ivan Toney. I think he's a very good striker. He seems to have a bit of everything, Ivan Toney. And he'd definitely be a decent option. I think we'll probably be, for the price that I think they'll be asking for, I don't think it's worth it. But I think there'll be a lot of teams after Ivan Toney. And if Brentford don't come up, watch this space. I reckon he'll go Brighton. I'm telling you now, that's my call. Santosh agrees with me. He hopes Brentford does it. And I believe it's another corner from the left-hand side now for Everton. And they've caused problems with a few of these in the opening half an hour of this game so far, with Sigurdsson taking it from the left-hand side. And here he goes again. It's towards Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and it comes off Yerry Mina in the end and goes behind for a West Ham goal kick. But once again, another good delivery from the left-hand side from Gylfi Sigurdsson. I said before, didn't I? Everton and West Ham both up there with a joint most goals from corners this season with 9. And that's good defending from Everton. West Ham feel as though they should have had a foul, but the referee, who I believe is Neil Swarbrick, said no chance. Here is Luca Digne, who looks to play a ball to Calvert-Lewin, who is the goal scorer, of course. And that is really well played by Side Benrahma, who wins the ball back for West Ham and then is fouled by Tom Davis on the halfway line. I didn't think that was a foul from Tom Davis, to be honest with you. And Tom Davis is stood there like the Neil Warnock meme with his hands on his head. He doesn't think it was a foul either. Let me have a look at that again. What's wrong with that? He's won the ball. Don't get me wrong. It's a strong challenge from Tom Davis, but he wins the ball and nothing but the ball. And it's an old school challenge. It really is. And Tom Davis can't quite believe that. And Game's gone if that's a foul. Stuart Atwell is the referee today. Thank you very much, Liam Parker, for pointing that out. West Ham have taken the free kick, and it's Issa Diop now for them, who finds Cresswell off the left-hand side. They're in a position not too familiar to West Ham this season. They find themselves behind. And do you think West Ham can finish inside the top four? Let us know what you think. The last 3 games are nice and favourable, aren't they? West Brom, Brighton and Southampton. But you think they could do with winning all 4 of the games, just like I said Liverpool need to do. Noah says, do you watch Mark Goldbridge FIFA career mode? Isn't the rage funny? I watch the clips when they come up on my Twitter feed or TikTok. But I don't tend to watch all the streams, no. But I've seen it every now and again. He's a funny bloke, to be fair to him. A West Ham loss is big for Liverpool, says CJ Cunningham. Yes, a weekend where Tottenham have also lost. Chelsea managed to win, but Leicester lost too. If West Ham lose as well, it'll be a big week for Liverpool. When Richarlison has a chance, really good save from Fabianski, and he goes for the rebound, but good defending in the end from West Ham and good goalkeeping from Fabianski. A good chance there for Richarlison to double the Toffees' lead. There is Richarlison, who does well to win the ball back there inside the West Ham half. Richarlison, what can he do with it? He finds Coleman on his overlap, who looks to put the ball in towards Sigurdsson, who overran it. The ball's behind him, and West Ham regain possession in the end. Here come West Ham from the left-hand side. Aaron Cresswell. Jegster says, Jack, can you sing the Thiago song as good as Craig's clip on Anfield Agenda? I'll tell you what, if you can share this, like, subscribe it. If everyone does that, I'll do it if we get to 300. 300 people in this. There's 172 at the minute. If you can get 300 in here, I'll do it for you. If not, you'll have to wait till Monday Sporto gets to 25k. There you go. There's the deal. Love the content, mate. Cheers, Gerald. Thank you very much. Hope you're enjoying the game. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Top 4 is back on, says Kabard. Yes, I still think a draw is more favourable. I do, because, you know, if Everton beat Villa, you know, they're not too far away from us either. But, you know, a draw or an Everton win is better for Liverpool than a West Ham win, that's for sure. I think Chelsea will be safe. They'll get top 4 now. Their win against Manchester City yesterday was hugely important. United Extra saying, are you from New Ross? Where's New Ross, mate? Kong Allen says, who had the harder shot, Risa or Gerrard? Very, very tough call that. I think Gerrard just pips it, but Risa. I was actually on telly, funnily enough, at a game with John Arne Risa scoring. I don't know if you don't remember. It was a long, long time ago now. Liverpool versus Birmingham City. I couldn't get a ticket in the away end, and my granddad is a Birmingham City fan, so he took me to it. And John Arne Risa scored, and I celebrated, and I was in the Blues end, and the camera panned to me and my granddad. So there you go, fun fact for you there. I'm about 6 or 7 at the time, maybe even younger than that. Wexford. No, I'm not from Wexford. I'm from England. I'm from Birmingham originally, and I'm at uni in Manchester at UCFB, which is based at the Etihad campus. Here is Lanzini now on the left-hand side for West Ham as they look to try and get themselves back in this game. There's no doubting that Everton have been the better side in this opening 37 minutes. And for me, they much deserve their lead. Am I related to Craig? No, I'm not related to Craig. Here is Dawson, who finds Kufal on the right. What does it say here? The ball's gone over to the left now, where we have found Lanzini, who puts a delivery in. It's headed away, and now West Ham try again. Kufal on the right-hand side. Everton setting up in a bit more of a defensive structure now as the ball's whipped in, and it's headed just over side Benrahma, who can't grow a beard like me. He's got a big gap there like me. But at least it's more than the bum fluff I have. But it's a diving header from him, and it's just over the bar in the end. It's a big, big chance for West Ham. They worked that really, really well. And Kufal once again causing problems to Everton from the right-hand side. He found, I think it's Manuel Lanzini who whipped the ball in. And side Benrahma has to do better than that. You've got to get that on target. He was man of the match last time out for West Ham, wasn't he, against Burnley? I believe he created 5 chances and got an assist that day for Mikel Antonio. But if you're just joining me, Everton lead by a 1-0. The goal scorer was Dominic Calvert-Lewin. It was far too easy for Everton. Here is Kufal. Gary Morgan says, why have you left the Redmen TV? I never left. I was on placement. I was doing my placement from uni at the Redmen TV. Great group of lads. And, you know, I obviously still run the Academy channel that they created. But, you know, now they've got a lot of content creators and they use a lot of different people. So, you know, I started doing streams for Connor and Craig, and I'm really enjoying doing them. Gerard or Scholes, Gerard for me, easily. But I'll let you lot argue about that in the comments. Cresswell now on the left-hand side. Antonio loses the ball, and now Everton will look to counter. It's Richarlison who finds Ben Godfrey, who got the assist for the goal, of course. Here's Ben Godfrey, the centre-back, roaming forwards, tries to find Dominic Calvert-Lewin, but the pass wasn't quite as good as the one for the goal. And Dawson comes away with the ball and finds Lingard. Lingard's turn now to try and create something for West Ham. It's a tackle from Allen, and it's out for, a West Ham throw. J-Ling's fam, thank you very much for the super chat. He has asked to make him a mod. If anyone knows how to do that, Kate, I think you're a mod, aren't you? If you can do that for me or something. I honestly don't know how to do it, so sorry, mate. Thank you for the super chat, though. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. And there's a brief stoppage in play. I can see Declan Rice on my screen. I don't know what's going on the pitch. Mark Noble, the West Ham captain, also on my screen. Declan Rice, will he be back fit for the Euros? What do you lot think? He's currently not interested in the game. He's on his phone. But the stoppage is because Manuel Lanzini is down on the floor, and it looks like West Ham are going to be forced into a change. Jared Bowen is ready and got his kit on. He's going to come on for the Hammers. So West Ham forced into making a change in this first half. They find themselves 1-0 down, and they find themselves with a man down on the pitch, as Lanzini will not be able to continue. He's got his right short leg rolled up. And the good news for West Ham is he's able to walk off the pitch, but he will be replaced by Jared Bowen for 3 minutes left of the first half and the second half. So Mark Lilly says, yeah, it's defo in our favour if West Ham lose. It's better than a West Ham win, isn't it? But as I say, I think the draw might be the best result for us. But we'll soon see. At the end of the day, we've still got to beat Manchester United, and we've got to win our last 4 games. It's as simple as that. So, you know, if we can do that, we put ourselves in a really, really good position. But United on Thursday, going to be a tough task. It really is. K2.0 says low quality today. Yes, I really apologise for the quality today. As I say, unfortunately, I've had to scramble and use my dad's laptop for today. I left my laptop at uni, but in future, this will not be used and the quality should be fine. Here we go now as the players back underway. I reckon we'll have 2 or 3 minutes of stoppage time at the end of this first half, but we've played 43 minutes here. Everton find themselves a goal to the good, but West Ham's best chance falling to side Benrahma, who should have done better with a diving header after a good ball in from the right-hand side. Lingard finds Fornals, who can't get the ball under control for West Ham. Souček does really well there, though, to win it back, but it's only temporarily as Everton come away with the ball, and Richarlison runs into the West Ham half and then goes back on himself and goes down in a bundle and wins the free kick. He wants to take it quickly, but the referee, Stuart Atwell, doesn't allow it. Elevator Kid says Lewis Dunk red card today against Wolves was just silly. He had no need to do that. I've not seen anything between Brighton and Wolves today. I was out this morning, so I missed that one. So unfortunately, I've not quite seen it yet. And here we go now as Yerry Mina goes back to Jordan Pickford, who hasn't had much to do in this first half, has he? And he pumps forwards towards Luca Digne, but Digne is offside, and Everton will get the indirect free kick. But sorry, West Ham will get the indirect free kick, but Vladimir Kufal is down, holding his face. So once again, there'll be another stoppage to this game. Anthony Davis saying a lot of people in the chat today has to be the biggest chat. I don't think it is. You know, I've had upwards of 300 at times in the past when in games like Everton versus Spurs, where it was a very entertaining game before people thought it might go to penalties, and the same with Juventus Porto. But, you know, for a Premier League game, this is definitely up there with West Ham versus Wolves for the most views and people have had in the comments, and hopefully there's many more. I've told you what to do, guys. Please share this on social media. Click the link at the top, click copy, share it, get as many people in here as possible. Also make sure you like the video so it comes up in more people's suggested. Subscribe to Monday Sporto, do the works, comment. Get it, you know, the way the YouTube algorithm works, I think that makes it more likely to come up in people's suggested, so please do that. I'd really appreciate that. Someone says, are you using Skype? No, I'm not using Skype. We use StreamYard here at Monday Sporto. Favourite food, Jack? What food you talking? Are you talking 3 course? If I was going to have 3 courses, what food you talking? Come on, you can't just say food in general. But here come West Ham, Jarrod Bowen. Oh, Everton win it back. And there was 2 minutes added time. There's 30 seconds left of the half before we have the break. And Everton find themselves in a really good position going into half-time if they can keep it like this. West Ham have been forced into a change. Manuel Lanzini was forced off with an injury. Bowen has come on. West Ham's best chances fallen to side Benrahma, who headed over with a diving header. And Dominic Calvert-Lewin was the man who puts Everton ahead in this first half after a good ball from Ben Godfrey. But as I say, from a West Ham perspective, not very good. Mark Lilly. Well, yeah, you know, I often hear, don't you, 3 course before you die. What are you going for? That can be our topic of conversation for half time. I would probably go with a starter of... I'd cheat a bit because in Italy, you can have a starter of lasagna. Lasagna is a starter there. So I'd cheat and I'd have a small lasagna as my starter. Then I'd have to have a big break because I can't eat too much, me. I'm not a big eater. And then I'd have a pizza. And then I'd have another big break, a long break. I'd probably have to split this up throughout the day. And then I'd have a cookie dough sandwich with ice cream. What would you lot have? Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you lot would have. I tell you what, though, someone has had steak. I absolutely love steak. I love steak. Steak and salad. Can't do much better than that. And I have, this is weird. A lot of people won't like this, but I have an egg on top. There you go. Let's have a look. George YNWA says Fajitas is top tier. Kevin Ball says, what do you think chances of top four are? By the way, it's half time between West Ham and Everton. The score is 1-0 to Everton, as you can see on the screen now. Everton, as I say, on the balance of play, probably deserve to be ahead, though West Ham had a good chance themselves, of course, through side Benrahma, but it was a poor header from Benrahma. He's got to hit the target there for me. And could this be a big 3 points dropped for West Ham if they end up losing this one? So, any football questions at halftime? Any questions at all? There's not too much to talk about from that first half, is there? So let me know anything you want to chat about. Let's have a good chat at the break. Let's have 15 minutes of whatever you want to talk about. I'll read out as many comments as possible. We do have quite a few people in the comments, so remember there is a special chat feature if you do want me to read them out. Thoughts on Thiago, says Owen Jones. I'm a fan of him. I do think he is taking time to adapt to Premier League football, but I do think give him time because he's world class. And next season, with Van Dijk behind him, with Hendo and Fabinho in midfield, I'm calling it now. Next season, Thiago will be player of the season in the Premier League. Calling it now. There you go. Bold claim. But it'll defo be up there. It'll definitely be nominated. I'm telling you now. Definitely. 100%. If West Ham lose or even draw, Man United will officially clinch the top four. There you go. I didn't know that. Fun fact for you there. And then they'll probably rest a load of players against Leicester on Tuesday, and then they'll go full strength against us. Bloody typical. K2.0 says, what do you think about the goals yesterday? Good to see Mane on the goal on the score sheet again, wasn't it? In amongst the goals. It hasn't been the greatest of season for Sadio in front of goals, so good to see him. And Thiago, what a goal that was. A lovely finish. Is Mohamed Salah our biggest asset ever, says John Clarity. Really, really interesting question that. I can't really say whether or not he's our biggest asset ever. In my opinion, he's definitely up there. And I always see people talking about selling Mohamed Salah. What a stupid idea. You've seen this season how important he is for us. People talk about Harry Kane and where would Spurs be without Harry Kane? Where would we be without Mohamed Salah's goals this season? Think about that. Yes, he suits Liverpool's system. And yes, he is made better by the system. But there's loads of players like that. And for me, Mohamed Salah is incredible. He's an incredible footballer. He's a world-class footballer. And people that talk about us selling him after, how important it is for us, I think can just get in the bin, to be honest with you. Get in the bin. Bro Moment says, Jack, who do you think will win the Champions League in Istanbul? I am saying Chelsea. I think it'll be Chelsea. I think they'll win 1-0. John Clarity says, have you seen the new Adidas Mo Salah ad, Jack? No, I haven't. Best replacement for Firmino. I don't think we need to sell any of our front three. I think we need to add to it. We need more attacking options. We lose Mane and Salah next season due to the African Cup of Nations, so we'll lose them for a few weeks. So we need to add to the front three. We need to get a couple more attacking options in my opinion. We can't just talk about selling players to bring them in. No, we're not a selling club. We shouldn't be a selling club. Let's add to the front three. Sancho to Liverpool. It's an interesting one. I can see why we're interested. I do rate Jadon Sancho. I'm intrigued how he'd do in the Premier League. And, it'll be for a big, big fee, wouldn't it? But, I think he's more likely to join Manchester United than us. And there's a lot of teams interested in him because he's a good player. Tyler Brown says, how's the match, Jack? Is it interesting? Interesting isn't the right word. It's been all right. It's been all right. Everton, I think, do deserve to be ahead. It was lazy from West Ham. It wasn't good enough defensively for the Everton goal. It was far too easy for Godfrey to pass it beyond the West Ham defence to find Calvert-Lewin. And when you give Calvert-Lewin that chance, he's rarely going to miss. He's going to hit the target. But West Ham had a chance themselves. Ben Rama from the right hand, from the box after a good ball in from Pablo Fornals it was, and he comes running in, gets to it, diving header, and he's got to hit the target, but instead he heads over. So, yeah, Everton lead at the break, and there's been one big chance for both sides, I'd say, and Everton's fell to Calvert-Lewin, and he wasn't going to miss it. West Ham's fell to Ben Rama, and he has to do better. He has to. Not good enough from him in the end. Aminia Abdi says, mate, do you think we'll get top 4? I don't think we will, but it's still possible. We need to win our last 4 games and hope that teams around us slip up, and we'll soon see. Yuvraj has just joined us. Welcome, Yuvraj, someone who I see regularly in the chat, so thank you for joining us. Dominic Calvert-Lewin has put Everton ahead in this one. Bobby Barron says, if West Ham win, I reckon they'll get Champions League football next season. I agree with you, because, their last 3 games, Brighton, West Brom, Southampton. It would look favourable if they can beat Everton today, but they've got a big second half to be had. They will have to come from behind if they want to beat Everton. Joseph Burrow says, thoughts on Man United, Aston Villa today? I spoke about it before, mate. Typical Manchester United, weren't it? Second half team. You love to come back from a goal down, don't you? But, goals from Bruno Fernandes from the spot. It was definitely a penalty. Silly from Douglas Luiz. And Fernandes now has scored the most goals from the spot, more than any other player in a Premier League campaign. So there you go. If you didn't know that, you do now. So Cavani and Greenwood with the other goals. And for me, Greenwood is a really good talent, an exceptional young talent. Can score with either foot, a really, really good goal scorer. He's better through the middle, though, in my opinion. And Cavani as well. Well, he's in some form recently. I'd be worried if he starts against us. I really, really would. He would cause our weakened defence all kinds of problems. Bro Moment says, West Ham playing Champions League football is a weird nightmare. I wouldn't call it a nightmare. I love underdog stories. I really do. But I just prefer us to be playing Champions League football too. Santosh Basker says, which player should Liverpool sell this summer and which player should they sign? Well, Konate looks like he's going to sign, so I'm going to say him. Easy. And Origi needs to go. It's time for him. Things he's done at Liverpool, really good, fair play to him, but he ain't good enough anymore. He's not. So, I hope we move him on. And there's a few others who we need to move on, a few that have been out on loan. Harry Wilson's one of them. We need to just get cash in on him now. Been too often where, we've priced him out of a move and he's gone on a loan and then another loan and another loan. Just sell up now. Get the money. Take the cash and run. Jack, thoughts on La Liga title race, mate? It's so close, isn't it? We were chatting about this yesterday. Let me read it out. Barca drew with Atletico yesterday. Madrid have Sevilla today. All 4 of them teams are involved in the title race. Let me read it out for people that don't know. Here we go. Let me find it. Sky Sports scores, and then I'll go to table. In fact, no. I'll use OneFootball. Let's have a look at the La Liga table. So top still, after playing 35, is Atletico Madrid. They are on 77 points. Then Barca are second after playing 35 games, 2 points behind Atletico with 75 points. Real Madrid are on 74 points, but they have a game in hand. And 3 points behind Atletico. If they win today by 6 clear goals, they'll go above Atletico Madrid. And then Sevilla, their opponents for tonight, 4 points behind Real Madrid. So Sevilla not really got too much chance of winning the title. But, if they beat Real Madrid today, who knows? Who knows? And there is 3 games remaining for Atleti and Barca and 4 for Real Madrid and Sevilla. So, most likely it's going to be one of the Madrid clubs, but you can't rule Barca out, can you? And as I say, you can't even rule Sevilla out of this race. It's a really close close affair there. Who do you think will win the Liga? I hope. Actually, I'll be honest with you. I hate Spanish football, so I don't really care. I think it's the biggest shithouse league in the world. I hate all the theatrics. I hate the diving around. I just hate Spanish clubs. I hate when we come up against Spanish teams. I do not like it at all. And typically, the last 2 Champions League campaigns have been knocked out by Spanish teams. So, yeah, but I just can't stand them. Just the shithousery over there. Just can't take it. Let's have a look. Thoughts on Neymar signing a new deal? It's really interesting because a lot of people slate Neymar, but he was signed for PSG to win them the Champions League. They've come close. Obviously, they got to the final last year, but that's what he's there to do. He's on massive money. People say that he lacks ambition, but I don't think it's that. He'll probably have a couple of more years there, try and win the Champions League, and then I reckon he'll ask for a move and we'll see what happens. But it doesn't surprise me, mate. It really doesn't. Cave says Real hopefully lose to Sevilla. It will open it up completely, won't it? And then Atletico Madrid will surely be the favourites. Let's have a look. Any more comments here? Sockboy says, do you think Coutinho will join Everton? I have no idea, mate. I'd prefer him to revive his career somewhere else. Big fan of Coutinho. Well, I was until he decided to be a twat. But, we move. And I wouldn't like him to go to Everton. I really wouldn't. If the back issues and all the other stuff he said to force a move out weren't enough, him joining Everton would be a real kick in the teeth. So hopefully he can revive his career anywhere other than Everton. Yuvraj thinks 2-1 to Everton. I said before the game 2-1 to West Ham. I now think 1-1. But we'll see. We'll see. Congallen says De Bruyne will win Ballon d'Or. Interesting shout. Oh, Cave says La Liga is head-to-head. Of course it is. It is, isn't it? So Real Madrid would go top, wouldn't they? Interesting. I always prefer leagues that do goal difference, but maybe that's just the Englishman inside of me. Proud to be Geordie says, would you take Sterling back at Liverpool? No. Good player. No, I wouldn't. Thoughts on Fernandes? Good player. Really good player. I've taken the piss in the past and I've joked about him being Fernandes and all that stuff, but he's a quality midfielder. He really is. And yes, his stats do look a lot better because of the penalties he scores and stuff like that, but that's just part of the game. He's still a very good midfielder. He really is. Anything else? Do you think we'll get top 4? I've said previously, it's possible, but I think it's unlikely. I don't think we'll beat Manchester United, and I think we need to win all our games to do it. Fireball says, how you doing, Jack? I'm doing all right. Not too bad. I'm looking forward to the summer. I'm looking forward to finishing uni and seeing what happens after that, but I'm not too bad. I'm all right. Been better, been worse. Sterling's so greedy now. He used to play well for us. Yeah, he's not had the greatest of seasons, has he, Linda? And with the money that we'd have to pay for him, I wouldn't take him back. Yuvraj says, where do you think Harry Kane will go? Well, this is the interesting point because I think Harry Kane to Manchester City would be incredibly scary. There's talk of Haaland and other players to City, but Kane is a proven Premier League goal scorer. And can you just imagine City with Kane in? I wouldn't like that at all. But, I think he'll be priced out of a move to another Premier League club. And if he moves from Tottenham, I think he may have to go abroad to a side like PSG or Real Madrid. I really do. BM says this result is so good for us. Yeah, West Ham dropping points would be good on a weekend where Tottenham and Leicester have dropped points too. We need stuff like this, but we also need to keep winning. Must keep winning. Must keep picking up 3 points. World-class finisher, yes, Edison Cavani, I'll agree with that. World-class finisher. Let's have a look. As I can see the bubbles being blown out onto the London Stadium pitch, and both sides are out for the second half. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, do everything you can to share this watch along as we get underway, for the second half. And Everton leading by a goal to nil. Dominic Calvert-Lewin's first half goal is the difference between these two sides. And West Ham, a big game for them in their race for top four. They don't want to drop points. If they won today, they would have a very, very good chance. Their last three games against Brighton, Southampton and West Brom, you wouldn't be surprised if they pick up 9 points in the last three. And West Ham concede the throw. And West Ham go again. Aaron Cresswell now on the ball. And now side Benrahma to Pablo Fornals and Aaron Cresswell, who is tackled by Ben Godfrey. It's a D-up. It's a D-up back to Craig Dawson. And Everton started this half quite deep. They look like they just want to protect this 1-0. Happy with it and happy to try and absorb West Ham pressure if they can. Don't want to be giving the Hammers too much space. Pete Sampras says, will an Everton win be the best for LFC or will a draw be the best outcome? Well, depends whether you think Everton will drop points in the last 4 games. They've got Villa still to play as well, of course. And here is Ben Godfrey. Ben Godfrey to Yerry Mina. Mina to Michael Keane. Interesting question from John Clarity saying, would you take anyone from West Ham to come into Liverpool? Declan Rice. He'd be the man for me. But again, you know, the price puts me off him as well, because how much will West Ham be asking for that? John Clarity says, hey Jack, could you do a collab with Daz TV? This isn't meant in a rude way, but I've not seen Daz TV before, so I'm not quite sure what it is. Congallen says he'd take Sigurdsson from Everton. I'm not quite sure we would. Everton have City last game of the season, but at the end of the day, City by then won't have much to play for. And from Everton, yeah, I think I'd probably take Dominic Calvert-Lewin, the same as Samira says. Throw to Everton now, which will be taken by Digne. Here is Antonio now on the left-hand side. Antonio changes his pace, and in the end, that's really good defending as Coleman and Godfrey double up, and then Antonio is forced to foul Coleman. Antonio felt that he just outmuscled Coleman, but I did think it was a bit over the top from the big man for West Ham. Remember, Carlo Ancelotti has never beaten David Moyes in his career head-to-head. There's been 6 games between the pair. 3 wins for Moyes and 3 draws. Mark Johnson says, are you Craig's son? No, I am not. But once again, I don't have the greatest of games here, do I, between West Ham and Everton? But we'll see if there's a few more goals in this. And at the minute, I am not complaining because this is a decent result for Liverpool. And it's a throw now for the Hammers on the left-hand side. It's been a flat 5 minutes really in the second half. Everton still find themselves a goal to the good with 40 minutes left to go. Fireball Griff Sports asking how old I am. I'm 21. I'll be 22 at the end of July. And I'll leave this on the screen from Tyler Brown. There's a comment though from Proud to be a Geordie who says, have you seen the Bob Marley Ajax kit? Lovely kit. Lovely kit. I think I may be purchasing that. Here's Ben Rama. Ben Rama finds Fornals. Chance for West Ham. Souček thought he was going to shoot, but he turned on the ball and found Fornals. Ben Rama can't get it under control, and now it's Cresswell. That's wasteful from West Ham. That's really poor. And Cresswell stayed down. Referee stopped play. I don't know why, because it's not a head injury. I think Cresswell may not be able to continue, to be honest. The man with the armband for West Ham today. He looks like, because he slipped and then he's gone sliding in, and I wonder if he's pulled something in the process of doing that. John Clarity says, do I have any PSG kits? No, don't like PSG. They make good kits, don't get me wrong, but I don't like them for what they've done to football in terms of all the money and stuff like that. So, no, I will not be purchasing a PSG kit. Supreme Savage saying, what do I think of the leaked Liverpool kits? They all look good for next season, don't they? You know, the McDonald's kit is the one out of the three that I'm not as keen on, but I think it's one that will look better in person. Oh. And, the referee did give a free kick to West Ham in the end, and the ball is whipped in from Jesse Lingard, and it's not the best of balls, but West Ham get it back after a header away, and the ball is tossed into the box, but Pickford is up above Issa Diop to claim, and he looks like he wants to try and take it quickly, but in the end, I think he realises that he ever 1-0 up, and he's just patient and allows West Ham players to get back past him. Pickford still has the ball in his hand. I'm not sure that was 6 seconds. He's rolled it out to Ben Godfrey, the man who got the assist for the Dominic Calvert-Lewin goal. Far too easy for him to find Dominic Calvert-Lewin in behind the West Ham defence. No, I've not seen Yilmaz's free kick. Do I agree PSG has the best training gear, says John Clarity. They make nice kits, they make nice training gear, but as I say, I just don't like PSG and you know what they stand for. They're in the same bracket as the likes of City and Chelsea for me. Here's Kufel on the right. Tackle by Luca Digne. The ball is out of play and a West Ham throw. Digne couldn't quite keep it in. He's kicked the ball away there as well. But no card from Stuart Atwell, the referee. And West Ham take the throw. Lingard now to Jared Bowen, who was a first half substitute. He replaced... who was it who replaced again? It was Manuel Lanzini. Here's Cresswell, who is okay. West Ham fans will be happy to hear. I worried for him when I saw him go down with what looked like a muscle injury, but he's on his feet and he seems okay. Kong Allen says City or PSG. I've spoken about this before. You know, picking a winner out of that semi-final was like picking one of your mates to go for a night with your missus, wasn't it? It wasn't a nice one. Obviously, I'd have preferred PSG because I don't want to see City win their first Champions League, but horrible decision because I don't like what either club have done to football really, and the amount of money they spend and how they've got away with FFP. Not a fan of it, but I also, you know, I can give credit where credit's due to the City owner because, you know, I'm lucky enough to go to uni at the Etihad complex, and the things he's done for the community around the Etihad, and you know, they rarely get it wrong in the transfer market. You have to say that they do spend a lot of money, and they do sometimes pay over the odds for players. But Benjamin Mendy is probably the only transfer in recent years that's gone wrong for City. You could have said Stones too, but you know, all Fornals, or it's deflected and out for a corner. Is De Paul good enough for Liverpool, says John Clarity. I think he's a decent midfield player, yes. You know, 30 odd million he's being quoted at now, which is why Leeds apparently can't afford it. I think it'll be an all right signing. Do I think there's better options? Yes. Cave Armadi says City for me as they are more mature than the children at PSG. Yeah, I hate PSG for that as well. You saw them the other night, just ridiculous. They dive all over the place. Some of the tackles they make, rats, a lot of them. Do like Mbappe though, and Neymar's a decent player. I can recognise talent, but cheers, man. And Everton get the ball away in the end. I'm seeing the comments about Craig's lookalike, and I'm just saying no comment. That's all I'm saying. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to mention the name of the other person. Fabianski with the ball at his feet at the back now. Opinions on Konate, says Anthony. I rate him. You know, I'm a big fan of Joe Gomez. And I think he is very similar to Joe Gomez. You know, both very young, both had their problems with injuries, but both very, very good centre-halves. John Clarity says table service, Jack. Exactly, mate. As a uni student, we all love coming home because that's what we get. Bit of table service here and there. Bottlebridge thinks Lingard for Ballon d'Or. I don't think so, mate. Not quite yet. A ball now with Kufal, who is body checked by Sigurdsson, and the referee, Stuart Atwell, plays advantage. Lingard. Everton still happy to sit off West Ham here. Ben Rama. And West Ham passing the ball around the back. Dawson to Jesse Lingard. Lingard to Kufal, who finds Antonio. Back to Lingard. Back to Antonio. Antonio, it's a cross from Kufal, but offside, says the referee. Well, says the assistant referee. And it will be an indirect free kick to Everton as Jared Bowen, the first half substitute, was caught out. Yuvraj says, I would take Konate, good centre-back. He is, isn't he? Very good centre-back. Anthony says, apparently Maguire is out for a few weeks. Well, a bit. Is that a boost for Liverpool? You know, I don't think their other centre-halves are very good, but is Maguire that great? I suppose we'll find out in the next few games, won't we? But, you know, that might benefit us. We're going to need to be on form that day, though, I'll tell you that for free. Because United have looked good this season. And once again, West Ham caught out and the flag is up for offside this time on Mikel Antonio. John Clarity says, did you buy all the kits this season, Jack? No, I don't have the red and pink one. Sorry, I don't have the black and pink one. I have the red one and the blue one. I really like the blue kit. And I can see now Cresswell will not be able to continue. And that might be a big miss for West Ham if they're without him for the last few weeks of the season. And he will be replaced by Ryan Fredericks. He limps off Aaron Cresswell, and it does look like a muscle injury for him. He's tried to play on, but he can't. And West Ham have lost both him and Lanzini to injury in this one. So, yeah, a big loss for West Ham, that losing Aaron Cresswell to injury, similarly to how they lost Lanzini in the first half. And they also find themselves a goal down with half an hour left in what is a big day for them and a big game for them, as they are still in their quest for European football and Champions League football next season, which would be a massive achievement for West Ham Football Club. Are they a side that benefits from not having fans in stadiums? Potentially at the end of last season, But this season, I'm sure Hammers fans would have loved to see their side play football like this, and that's good play from them on the left-hand side. Antonio now finds Fornals, who looks to play through Kufal, who hits it first time, and it's off the post, and it's rebounded by Bowen. What an opportunity from West Ham, but it's kept out somehow. And Kufal with a great chance there to level proceedings at the London Stadium. It was really well worked from the left-hand side from West Ham, and it finds Kufal, the right back for the Hammers, who hits it first time, and it comes back off the inside of the post straight to Bowen, but he can't finish. It's just too high from it. Bobble just in front of him, and he's had to jump over Pickford. But a real good chance for West Ham. But Everton survive. Yuvraj says, you just see West Ham scoring. You do, but I don't think a draw is too bad of a result for us. I don't think it's too bad. We just can't do with them winning. Yerry Mina is down now for Everton. He appears to have a muscle injury. It looks like he's pointing to his groin, and Mason Holgate will come on now. I'm just laughing. I don't know if any of you are on TikTok, and I don't know if any of you are into watching Luke Bennett videos, but just reminds me now every time I see Yerry Mina of Ollie Ball's impression of Luke Bennett and talking about Yerry Mina lawnmower in his room. I am baffled by the comments. What's that account? Are there any mods that can? I don't know what's going on there. Apologies for the spam in the chat there. Sorry about that. A comment here asking what scoreboard we use. That's for us to know. No, I'm joking. I wouldn't do that. Scorecounter.com. It's free. It's an online one. And yeah, that's what we do. John Clarity asking what it takes to be a mod. Yeah, it could do with being a regular. And, I'm not in a position where I'm going to make people mods. I'll make that clear all the time. I don't know how to do it, first of all. Someone put in the chat earlier how to do it. But, I will only ever make people mods if Craig or Connor ask me to, because, it's their channel at the end of the day. And I apologise for Mundo Sporto, the fake one, who is spamming the comments. I've tried to block whoever it is, but the cross is whipped in from the right from Kufal, and Everton deal with it well defensively. And Tom Davis now to Sigurdsson. Sigurdsson back to Luca Digne, who goes forwards. And West Ham come again. Yep, I saw Bayern won the Bundesliga again, Yuvraj, for the 9th consecutive time. People talk about the French league being a farmers' league, but is that one? Is the Bundesliga becoming a bit of one as well? I think it's going to be interesting. Leipzig and Dortmund and Bayern with new managers next season, so it could be an interesting season in the Bundesliga next year. Someone says it's like fighting your reflection. I was baffled at first. I saw them and I was like, have I accidentally put these comments in? Is it Connor? What's going on? But yeah, it baffled me for a moment. Tim Mullany says, can Leicester get top 4? Of course they can. They can. I don't think they will, but they can. I think they'll miss out on top 4, but they'll win the FA Cup. That's my opinion. John Clarity says that I've seen a comment as well from Hunar, who says there's another protest plan for the Liverpool game. And John Clarity asks if there is, should we get the 3 points? Well, if it's forced to be cancelled again, I don't see where they'll play it. So, yeah, give us the 3 points. If they've cancelled it twice, of course we deserve the 3 points. But you know, at the end of the day, I'm supporting what the United fans are doing. If they can do a peaceful protest, then fair play, do it, because they're well within their rights to do that. And you know, the Glazers haven't been the greatest of owners for them, have they? And you know, fair play to them. And getting Liverpool versus Manchester United called off was a massive, massive statement, huge statement. You know how much money Manchester United would have lost that day, and the Glazers would have lost that day from, you know, having to pay their staff and, you know, all kinds of things. So a big, big statement. But what I will say is I don't support the violence and stuff. But if you want to peacefully protest, go for it. You know, you're well within your rights to do that. And, you know, I said at the time, I'm not happy with the Super League. It's going to take a lot for me to forgive FSG for doing that. I can't believe it, to be honest. And I think it's the final straw for a lot of Manchester United fans who have been against the Glazers for years now. Samuel saying what's going to happen with Minamino. I think he'll leave, unfortunately. I'd have loved to see him get more game time, but clearly Klopp isn't the greatest fan of his. West Ham take the throw. Souček now for the Hammers. And Everton have been a lot different in the second half. The majority of their players have hardly got out of their own half. You know, they're very clearly trying to defend this 1-0 lead that they have. It would be a big, big 3 points for the Ev today if they can hold on here. And that is what they're after, as they are still in with a chance for European football. And if they can hold on here, it would be a big, big 3 points for Everton. It would be a big result for us across the road from them. Or across the park, if you want me to be specific. What's the best result for us here, says Mane can carry us 41. A draw or a win for Everton. We just can't really have it West Ham getting 3 points because, you know, their last 3 games, I expect them to get 9 points. We could do them slipping up here. Is Craig a Don? Yes, great bloke. Him and Connor are both top. You see Wolves Brighton? No, I didn't. Unfortunately, I was out this morning. I got back for the United Villa game. But today was it was a rarity where I was out of bed pretty early and up and out. The ball struck forwards towards Jared Bowen, but good defending from Michael Keane and now Mason Holgate. But there it's won back by Pablo Fornals, who finds Antonio. What a tackle that. Oh, no. The referee clearly not happy with that Allen tackle. And, you know, I think he's got a couple wrong today, the referee. But let me see the replay again. Was that just me? Oh, yeah. He didn't get the ball. Oops. First glance there on the little screen, it looked like he may have won the ball, but no, Allen didn't get the ball there. He didn't catch the man mind, but he would have done if it wasn't slalomed, the slide challenge. Lingard will take the free kick from the left-hand side. West Ham, as I said before, are good from set pieces. And what can Lingard do today? His deliveries haven't been great thus far. And this one, again, isn't the greatest of deliveries. But West Ham have the ball again. And this is what it's been for a lot of this second half. And the ball is a bit too long in the end. And overall, hammers players and runs into the hands of Pickford. So anyway, I will ask the question once again. I'm trying to block Mundo Sporto, the fake one, by the way. I'm trying to block the person that's spamming it. But are you doing the FA Cup watch along on this channel, Jack? I'm not sure. You know, obviously, as I said, this is my first week back doing streams again for Connor and Craig. So I'm going to chat to them probably tomorrow. We're going to have a chat and I'll see what games they need me to do. Lingard to Souček. John Clarity says, are you FSG out? I'm not necessarily FSG out, but they need to do a lot more. They need to do a lot more. It seems as if they don't care about us, you know, and I am still extremely annoyed about that whole Super League thing, and I don't trust them anymore. I don't. But here come Everton as they try to counter-attack. Coleman does really, really well to find Calvert-Lewin. Turns. Coleman again. Good tackle. It's a D-up, and West Ham try and come away with it. Once again, another strong tackle by Tom Davies. He loves a strong challenge, doesn't he, him? Here's Mikel Antonio now. Michael Keane challenges well, and he's been strong at the back for Everton again today as Digne finds Sigurdsson, and Everton come away with it. Calvert-Lewin now. Calvert-Lewin to Richarlison. Richarlison breaks. Can Everton double their lead? No, in the end, Souček comes back and passes back to Fabianski. Thoughts on Keita, says LFC Emery. It's a disappointment, isn't it? Because I think he's got bags of talent. And, you know, injuries and what happened against Real Madrid, just things haven't helped him. And it's a shame because I think wherever he goes next, he's going to be outstanding. I really do. I have a feeling. John Clarity says beer or cider, Jack. Depends on what mood I'm in. I do have to say the accounts that are being made and spamming the chat, that's not me or anyone involved with Mundo Sporto. They're fake accounts. I'm quickly blocking them every time. But whoever he is, he keeps making a fake account and doing it. So, you know, some people just have too much time on their hands, don't they? It's probably a 12-year-old, you know, sat in his room at home. So, yeah, please try to ignore it. Me and the mods are on it, and we're trying to get them out as much as we can. I just missed my mouth there. Richarlison, I can see, has been rolling around the floor again. Shock. 18 minutes left for Everton to hold on. Big result for us this will be. But West Ham are now making their final change of the game. Can they get something? Side Benrahma, who missed a really good chance for West Ham in the first half. He's come off, and Angela Yarmolenko is the man who's replaced him. Let's have a look. Brian Morrissey thinks it's time for Naby to move on. Yeah, I think people are running out of hope for Naby Keita because we all know he's got the talent, and you know we often, you know, there's people that would criticise Naby Keita far too quickly because he is such a good player and he deserves, you know, chances, but the injury problems are so frustrating, and you know, to have another one yesterday, I think that may be one too many now for Jurgen Klopp, and I think there was a lot of work on him last time he got injured, wasn't there? And it's once again just another minor injury, and I wonder if his time at LFC might be up. Bottlebridge says one day this channel will have 1 million subs and we will remember these days. We can hope, can't we? We can hope. Kaylee Ab says, who is the best youngster in the EPL? We're so lucky to have so many, but for me, I have to say Phil Foden. As Everton now have won a free kick, and I think Lingard may have walked himself into a booking there for how he's spoken to Stuart Atwell. He was fuming at the decision to give Everton a free kick there. And Jesse Lingard will go into the book. It's been a frustrating day for Jesse Lingard. His deliveries from set plays haven't been great, to be honest with you, and he's not found himself with too much space. Everton have dealt with him really, really well. Let's have a look in the comments. Cave agrees with me on Phil Foden. Bottlebridge thinks Lingard will score a hat-trick in the last 15 minutes. Bottlebridge, I tell you what then, if he scores a hat-trick, I'll do what the most commented comment suggests I do. I am so... In fact, I'll PayPal you like 50 quid if Lingard can get a last 15-minute hat-trick. Liam Parker says, do you think Mason Greenwood should go to the Euros for England? I think he's an excellent young player. So, yeah, I can't see why not. But yes, Foden is definitely better, Yuvraj, than Greenwood. I think Foden is up there with Mbappe and Haaland. I think when he starts getting more game time and plays week in, week out for Manchester City, he will honestly be up there with Haaland and Mbappe because for me, he is an incredible talent. Oh, and here we go, Everton break. They've got a real chance here. Dominic Calvert-Lewin. He has Richarlison with him. What can he do? He plays it through. It's Coleman. What a block. What a block. And how important might that be? Good defending in the end from West Ham. And now it's rolled out to Lingard. And Lingard will try and take West Ham up the other end. But Everton showing there that they can be really threatening on the counter-attack. And Alan with a horrible challenge there. And it is a yellow card for the Brazilian. But he had to try and break up a West Ham attack there. Jared Bowen not happy. It was really late and a strong challenge from Allen. But a real opportunity for Everton there. They should have scored. A brilliant chance for them to double their lead. But that is Allen's 6th booking of the season. I thought he had more than that. Class Sterling says opinions on Iheanacho. He's having a good season, isn't he? You know, I saw talent there when he was at City. He's taken his time at Leicester, but he's having a really good season. I'm a fan of him. I think he's a good striker. Pasha Isapor says, never thought I'd be on Everton's back for this one. Yeah, we just can't deal with the West Ham win, can we? But here come Everton again. It's Dominic Calvert-Lewin. He's got Richarlison with him, but West Ham have about 5 or 6 players back, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin will be in no rush. Can Everton keep possession for a bit? As they have the ball now on the right-hand side with Mason Holgate, who replaced the injured Jerry Mina a few minutes ago. Elevator Kid also agrees with me. He says, what a run Iheanacho is on. Won his first ever Premier League Player of the Month as well, didn't he? Iheanacho this season, a couple of months ago. Was it March? I think it was March that he got it for. Yuvraj says, predictions for Arsenal versus West Brom. I think Arsenal will win 1-0. That's my prediction for you. Thoughts on Josh King at Everton? He's not done great, has he? He's had a couple of injuries, I think, as well, and not too much great game time. So, yeah, it's not been great. But he's a backup striker for them. West Ham have a corner, and then for anyone interested, I'll read out both the Arsenal and West Brom sides for you. West Brom, of course, will be relegated today if Arsenal beat them. And remember, earlier on, if you're a fan of football and a fan of League One, Oxford got the final playoff spot there. Neil Critchley's Blackpool finished 3rd. Hopefully they win the playoffs in League One. Hull were crowned champions. Peterborough have gone up as well, of course. And in women's football, Chelsea won the Women's Super League. And let me know what you think of Emma Hayes. Will she one day move to the men's game and become a manager for a men's side? Let me know what you think. Cathal thinks that West Brom might beat Arsenal. But here are West Ham still on the ball. And it's crossed in by Kufal from the left-hand side with his right foot. And Souček, his countryman, heads over. And there we have it. It will be a goal kick for Everton. And 11 minutes left. Can West Ham get a goal? Can they salvage a point here? Let's have a look. Let me read out the Arsenal versus West Brom lineups. So I'll start with the Arsenal side where there is no Aubameyang starting for Arsenal today. He's not had a great season, has he? And he's been dropped for this one. The Arsenal side to face West Brom is Bernd Leno, Chambers, Holding, Gabriel, Saka, Elneny, Ceballos, Emil Smith-Rowe, Pepe, Willian and Martinelli. So Martinelli leading the line for Arsenal today. There is Lacazette and Aubameyang and Odegaard all on the bench for Arsenal. who don't really have too much to play for, to be honest. Can they salvage a spot in that new European League, the European Conference League? That sums up Arsenal. That's a typical Arsenal tournament. But yeah, not a good season for them. Do you think Arteta will leave at the end of the season? Let me know what you think. And Dominic Calvert-Lewin has conceded a free kick here. But the West Brom team news: Sam Johnson in goal, Furlong, Bartley, Ajay, Townsend, Yokuslu, Gallagher, Phillips, Pereira, Robinson, Dianya. And as I say, if they fail to win today, if they lose against Arsenal, they will be relegated from the Premier League. His reputation, Sam Allardyce, he's never been relegated before. Will he lose today? And will he be relegated for the first time? Bottlebridge says, Jack and Craig are the GOATs. Thank you very much. Yuvraj says, have to go, Jack. See you later. And let's see, West Ham with a corner. It's whipped in. It's headed away. And out for a throw into West Ham. Cavalier says, I swear the season has gone so quickly. Cannot believe it's May. Me neither. And soon we will have fans back in stadiums. Praise the Lord. Avnish pointed out that Connor is also a GOAT. Cheers, Avnish. Yeah, agreed. Are you streaming the West Brom game? No, I won't, unfortunately. Got to go and have the tea. But West Ham on the ball now on the left, and Kufal goes down, and Coleman not happy with him, how he's gone down there. Kate 2.0 says, my nephew's met Harvey Elliott in Lime Street. He's sound. Big fan of Harvey Elliott. I really, really am. Rafi says, can you do more streams? I haven't for a while recently. Yeah, you know what, mate? That is the aim. I will do as many streams as I possibly can. I'm hoping to do a lot for the Euros. I was literally just had a few weeks off to try and get over the line, with uni work. And I've had I could have done with, just a couple of weeks, to be honest with you. So, but I'm back now and I'm here to do as many streams as I can. And here come West Ham, who have the ball through Lingard, who's come deep to collect it. And he's found Souček, who whips a ball over to the left where Kufal is, who is now playing off the left-hand side. It's gone behind. Brian Morrissey says West Brom are definitely gone. Josh King is preparing to come on. I think it will be Richarlison who he replaces. Frustrating second half for Richarlison, as Everton have been very deep. Desperate for the 3 points here, Everton, you can tell. But it's been a good defensive performance from them. Dylan Popel thinks Lingard will equalise late on. Everton have held on and defended well for the majority of this game, but West Ham have been knocking at the door. John Clarity says, if we do get Europa League or Conference League, I'm hoping Klopp plays all the youngsters. Me too. The ball played in behind. Calvert-Lewin tries to round Fabianski. He can't quite do it. He puts the cross in. It's Josh King off the post. Both sides have hit the post now. And that opportunity came from nowhere. I think Calvert-Lewin tried to get a penalty at one point as well, but Fabianski was very clever. And then the Englishman tried to round the keeper and ended up squaring it to Josh King. But Josh King has to do better there. The ball's come to him. He heads it goalward. Oh, you've got to get that on target. You have to. And the Norwegian got there first, got there above Kufal. And he should have doubled Everton's lead here. And West Ham survived. They're still in this game. And a lot of people saying that they reckon like Lingard will score. Who are asking where in England I'm from. As I've said before, I was born in Birmingham and I now live in Manchester where I attend university. A lot of people backing a late Lingard goal here. But that was so close for Everton, who had a great chance to kill the game. And they're making a bit of a defensive change now as Fabian Delph is replacing Gylfi Sigurdsson. Sorry. I tell you what, I'm really sorry. I'm not going to try and butcher your name. So instead, I'm just going to call you Samosa. All right. But Samosa says that it's crystal clear that City, United, Chelsea and Liverpool will be top four, and apologises to Leicester and West Ham. I don't think we will get top four. I really don't. I can't see us beating United. And I think we're going to have to win all our games between now and the end of the season to get top four. That's just my opinion. But West Ham are attacking again. Dylan Popel saying, has this game been dead? Yeah. Very boring second half here. We've had chances. Both sides have hit the post. Kufal hit the post for West Ham. And Everton, of course, hit the post through Josh King, but it's not been the liveliest of games. But thank you all for joining me in this chat. I really enjoyed it. The ball with Jarrod Bowen now on the left-hand side, and now Pablo Fornals, Ben Godfrey, Issa Diop. Jaden Play says, do you think West Ham can score? You just can't rule West Ham out this season, can you? 3.5 minutes left plus stoppage time. Santosh says, top four was gone when we drew against Leeds and Newcastle. Yeah, it made it unlikely, but it's still possible. Elevator Kid says, snooze fest, really. I get them a lot here on Mundo Sporto, don't I? But at least you lot still enjoy these watch-alongs. Thank you very much for joining me, all of you. There isn't long left here of this snooze fest between West Ham and Everton. It's been clear that Everton are desperate for the 3 points. I think if West Ham had got the first goal, we'd have seen something similar from them. We'd have seen them drop deep and deeper and deeper as the game goes on to try and get over the line and ensure they get 3 points. But Pickford claims the ball there and he will take his time to take this. Question here saying, do you have any LFC artwork? Well, I've got the photos behind me. I don't have any artwork though, unfortunately. It's something that I probably need to invest in. There's a lot of artwork that I've seen that's really nice and, I've thought about getting in the past. I do need to add to the wall still. There are still spaces, so thank you, Avnish. Thank you very much. Johan Salter says, come on, Lingard. I got a feeling there's a few United fans in the comments with a lot of Lingard praise. John Clarity saying the quality is much better now. Yeah, I went on to 4G for the second half, so there we go. Elevator Kid says, Jack, prediction for Fulham Burnley. I'll tell you my prediction. The telly won't be going on in my household to watch that. But no, I think Fulham will beat Burnley. Just my prediction. But the throw from Kufal from the left-hand side, it's a long throw intended to cause problems for the Everton defence. But like a lot of things, they deal with it with ease today. They've been very good defensively today, Everton. And there's a collision there between Josh King and Ryan Fredericks that I thought might cause a bit of a fracas, but unfortunately not. Kate 2.0 says, I paint Liverpool artwork, Jack. Oh, well, message me on Twitter and we'll have a chat and I'll have a look through your artwork. I'll let you know what I think. Santosh Basker thinks Burnley will win 1-0 against Fulham tomorrow. Dylan Popple thinks it'll be 2-1 to Fulham. Everton on the ball now. There's a minute left of normal time and then we'll see how long we have of stoppages. I don't think it'll be any more than 3. West Ham, it'll be a big 3 points drop for them as they look for Champions League football. And it's a good weekend for Liverpool if it remains like this, isn't it? West Ham dropping points, Spurs dropping points, Leicester dropping points. It puts us back in with a sniff. And that game against Manchester United on Thursday night becomes tasty, baby. Dawson now finds Fornals and Fornals to Souček, who goes down in a heap, one in a foul, but he's not going to get one. But West Ham still on the ball. It's whipped in. Oh, can Everton deal with it? It's fallen to Kufal, who hits it with his left foot and it goes over. Kufel probably having West Ham's best chance of the day as he struck the post, and then it fell to Jared Bowen, who couldn't convert from a couple of yards out. But 4 minutes of added time. Just blow up, ref. Doris Easy says Fulham play more entertaining football than we do. That's not hard at the minute, mate. Dylan Popel says, imagine if West Ham get Champions League, the scenes will be mental. Well, their top four hopes will take a huge blow if Everton can hang on here. But as I said, from a Liverpool perspective, a point apiece isn't too bad either. Obviously, Everton will go 2 points behind us if they hold on here. And does that mean they're still in with a chance of top four? Let me have a look at their fixtures. I've read out the last few West Ham fixtures, but let me read out the West Ham ones. Sorry, the Everton ones. As there are 3 minutes left of stoppage time and West Ham on the ball, passing it round, trying to find an opening. Obviously, Everton play Aston Villa in midweek on Thursday at 6 o'clock. Then they have already relegated Sheffield United. Then they have Wolves, who haven't looked great this season, but I have a feeling that has 0-0 written all over it. And then last game of the season, they have Manchester City, who will be playing for nothing at that point, remember, and will probably rest a lot of players ahead of the Champions League final. So Everton, their chances for European football have got a lot better if they can hold on for the last 2 minutes of stoppage time here. Santos says Everton won't get top four. They still have to play City. City will rest a lot of players on the last game of the season, and you never know what will happen. They'll have nothing to play for. They're still in with a shout. It's unlikely, though. It is unlikely. Dylan Popel thinks it'll be Liverpool 3, Manchester United 1 on Thursday. I hope so, mate. I hope you're right. John Clarity says, what time is the Arsenal kickoff? I think it's 8 o'clock, but let me have a look for you. It is 7 o'clock between Arsenal and West Brom. There you go. So that will kick off very shortly after this one. But here we go. 1 hour and a half. 1 minute and a half to go. Remember, Ancelotti has never beaten David Moyes in his career, but that looks set to change. As Calvert-Lewin on the ball now for Everton, and Coleman runs away with it. Sky have given man of the match to Allen, who I think has been very good today. I think plaudits, for West Ham, I think their best player has been Kufel. For Everton, though, I've liked Keane. I think he's been good today. I think Ben Godfrey has also been very good today. It's been another very good performance from him. And, of course, the goal scorer and what looks like match winner at the minute, Dominic Calvert-Lewin too. But he's been a ghost in the second half, really, as Everton have sat back to defend and ensure that they get the 3 points over West Ham United. An important 3 points in the quest for European football. But Antonio whips it in there, a good header away. Once again from Ben Godfrey, who did really, really well then. Antonio whips it in. But it goes over everyone and out for a goal kick. And I'm sure Pickford will take his time now with taking this. And I think that will be that when Pickford can kick it forwards. And it's a big dent to West Ham's top four race. But it's still possible, as I say. They've got West Brom, Southampton, Brighton as their last 3 games. You expect them to get 9 points there, don't you? But I think the game will be done now. We've played the 4 minutes of stoppage time. Pickford is placing the ball on the edge of the 6-yard box. He's taking his time for this one, and I don't blame him. And he kicks the ball forwards. The referee blows for full time. West Ham not blowing bubbles today. Everton have got a big 3 points as they look for European football. It wasn't pretty. They did it in a hard way. They defended for their lives in the second half. But Dominic Calvert-Lewin's first half strike has won it for Everton. A big dent to West Ham's hopes for top 4, but it's still possible for them, of course. The hope is still alive. The dream is still alive for West Ham. But Everton have given everyone else who is racing for top 4 a little wave and said, we ain't going anywhere. We're still here. It's a huge 3 points for Carlo Ancelotti and the Toffees. But it's a good day for us Liverpool fans, a good result for us as West Ham join Tottenham and Leicester in dropping points this weekend. Cheers, guys, for joining me. Thank you very much. We've had a lot of people in the chat today. Really appreciate you all joining me for this live stream. Remember to like this, subscribe to Monday Sporto, and come back in the future. Add me on Twitter, JackLFC Gill, and you will see whenever I'll be back for these streams. Thank you for joining me, and we shall see you very soon. Everton have beaten West Ham here by a goal to nil. I shall see you later. Ta-ra.